The chill of an October night in 1859. A small American town lay wrapped in uneasy silence. The river that split Harper's Ferry whispered beneath the moon, and beyond its bridges stood the old Federal Armory, fortress of weapons meant to serve a nation that was tearing itself apart. From the shadows emerged an old man with a wild, weather-beaten face and eyes that burned like coals in the dark. His beard was white, his hands rough with years of labor, and yet his posture carried an iron determination. His name was John Brown, a name that history would never forget. Brown was not a soldier in any uniform, not a general backed by an army, not a politician seeking votes. He was a man consumed by one belief, that slavery was the nation's original sin, and that silence before evil was no virtue at all. For decades he had watched men, women, and children bought and sold like cattle. He had prayed for peace, waited for conscience to rise among the powerful. But patience had turned to fire. "These men are in chains," he once said, "and God is not mocked." Now on that October night, Brown led a band of just 21 followers, farmers, freed slaves, and his own sons, into Harper's Ferry. Their plan was as reckless as it was noble: to seize the armory, gather weapons, and ignite a great uprising that would free the enslaved across the South. When the first shots cracked through the night, America itself seemed to hold its breath. The town awoke to chaos. Telegraph wires carried the alarm, and before dawn, local militias surrounded the small band of rebels. Brown's men took hostages. Townspeople fought back. By morning, soldiers from the U.S. Army, led by a young officer named Robert E. Lee, closed in. Smoke drifted through the narrow streets, and the air smelled of gunpowder and fear. For nearly 2 days, the fighting continued. One by one, Brown's companions fell. His sons lay dead beside him. At last, wounded and outnumbered, John Brown was captured, his revolution crushed before it had begun. But the story did not end there. The trial. They brought him to trial in a courthouse just a few miles away. The judge asked if he had anything to say before his sentence was read. Blood seeped from a wound on his head, yet his voice was calm, steady, and clear. "If it is deemed necessary that I should forfeit my life for the furtherance of justice, and mingle my blood with the blood of millions in this slave country whose rights are disregarded by wicked laws, I submit, so let it be done." His words spread across newspapers in America and Europe. Some called him insane. Others called him a saint. In the parlors of London, people debated, was this old man a terrorist or a prophet? In New York, crowds read his speech aloud in the streets. In the White House, politicians trembled at the fire his actions had lit. For John Brown had forced the entire nation to confront its conscience: the execution. On a cold December morning, he was led to the gallows in Charles.